Welcome to my channel once again. I have been away for a while. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Right? You know what happened? I feel like I need to explain because this disappearing is just unacceptable. Right? So, where do I start? So I was at the airport, the lounge. I was at Bidvest Lounge, right? So I left my camera there, and when I called to ask about it, no one knows where it is. So I'm still trying. Times are tough. Hey, the oil price has increased. Now I'm focusing on buying, cooking oil rather than spending 15,000 rands on a camera. I'm still ahead, by the way, but even now, I'm filming with my phone and I can see that the quality is shaky. I'll try to edit to make it look a bit better and presentable to all. So I hope that you can hear because I have a new device. In fact, someone donated it to me. I was like, I cannot struggle with the cell phone and with both the voice and the quality of the image. Like, have only one struggle. So today we are discussing ITC, June ITC. I have posted a long video in the prior year and I will not actually repeat what I have already posted and what I have already given you guys. If you need more, you'll just go back to that video and see what it's about, whether it's helping or not. So from today, because ITC is written on the 22nd and the 23rd of June. So from today, you have exactly 30 days, right? Because it's the 22nd of May. Exactly 30 days. How should you kickstart the preparation, which is what this video is about? Helping you and pushing you actually to kickstart and doing things right this time around. So it doesn't matter how many times you have attempted this. It doesn't matter if this is your last attempt. You can still make it. 30 days is a lot of time actually. This was designed to be prepared for within 20 days. You will correct me if I'm wrong. 20 days is the time that SAICA estimates candidates that they will be ready by have. So if you have started, big up to you, big up, you are passing. If you have not, you have a lot of time, no pressure at all. Just know that you are following the process and you are doing things correctly this time. So if I were to go to the shoes of becoming a candidate at this moment, what is it that I would be doing? And for this purpose, I'm assuming that you are repeating and you are not writing for the first time. So if it was me, I would reflect. If I've written 4 times before this, I would reflect on all 4 attempts, right? Because I'm trying to identify, where did I go wrong? What happened? Like, why did I not get the marks as I was supposed to get? That is the first step that you're supposed to be doing. In fact, you should have done this long time ago when you got your results, that you didn't make it this time. The most urgent thing that you're supposed to do is to get your script and to mark it and find out where did you go wrong. Now I have a video of how to mark yourself. I am not going to preach and repeat things that I have said before. Okay, so you have marked yourself, you identify your weaknesses, you know where you went wrong. So the way that I see it, the ITC exam, it's a mark scoring game, right? The only thing that you should be concerned about is getting more marks, getting as many marks as you can. It doesn't matter where or how, but your only problem now is trying your best to get more marks within a limited time period. So when you are going through the material, don't try to master everything. There is no time for mastering things here. You are just trying to get as many marks as possible so that you can pass. So that's number one. Number two, you are bombarded with a lot of information. I'm just looking at my notes, right? And I shouldn't feel bad about that because, you know, it's assisting someone instead of trying to remember things from the year which I have passed ITC. I have to prepare, and I can't really just get things off from my mind. So I'm sorry, someone disturbed me. Someone was calling me. So as I was saying, you just pick one question, right? And that should be from the plan of the things that you are struggling with. So those are the things that you should be starting with. You know, there's a book called Eat the Frog. So in that book, what I have learned, I can't remember who the author was, but my bad, I read so many books. So what they are saying is, if you have a day, right, and you have a lot of tasks to complete, which one should you be started with? And then they are saying you should start with the biggest one and the most challenging one, because after you have done that, after you have conquered that, everything else then will be easier for you to do, and you'll be more at peace because you won't have this bad energy, bad voices coming to you. You haven't done that, you haven't done this was a reason why you failed. Maybe you failed deferred tax, hey, you haven't done deferred tax. So it doesn't matter whatever you do, as long as you haven't done deferred tax, you'll feel like you have done nothing. So you need to be starting with things that are most challenging to you. We're currently bombarded with what? Past ITC papers. Number one, June and December, there's a lot of those. Number two, board course material. They might not have the past ITC paper, but the material that they have prepared for you guys, that's a lot. It's also bombarding. Number three, you have CTA information. Number four, there are Psycha videos that Psycha decided to do solution, and they've uploaded it on their YouTube channel. Now you should be asking yourself, where do you start? How do you tackle to make sure that you are tackling this correctly? Where do you start? What more, what should you do more in order for you to be ready for this exam? And the reason why I started by saying reflect on the past papers, because it sort of guides you where you need to be started, right? If you have a problem with some topics on management, accounting, and finance, find out what those topics are. I always hate when people say, oh, I have a problem with auditing. It's not auditing that you have a problem with. There are some certain topics that you have problem with, certain auditing topics, not the entire auditing is a module. So find out where exactly do you have a problem, so you can fix those technical struggles ASAP, because you cannot avoid them. I know of all the exams that I've written, when you go and write and then you hope that something doesn't come up, it's usually in the first page of the paper. And once that happens to you and you were really hoping that this doesn't come out, your confidence will be knocked, and you will start complaining and becoming negative, and you'll fail because of the mentality and because of the situation. You didn't expect something that to be there, and then now it's there and you didn't prepare for it, and then you start to panic and you lose all the information that you've been storing on your head, right? So you better be prepared. Don't try to master it, try to cover everything that you need to cover. Don't try to master, don't do things that you already know. So right now, there are people, like, let me make an example. Someone that they are sure that they don't understand capital budgeting or net present value method in management accounting and finance. So their approach, they'll be thinking that maybe if they were to go back to the textbook, it would help them. And my advice is no, it's not going to help you, right? Go back ne, to the questions. Tackle the questions and see from the solution, how is it solved by. If you need, don't really spend time reading 10 pages from the textbook. You can also go to Google. What are the NPV principles? What are the capital budgeting principles? I'm telling you guys, and I promise you, if people can pass APC within 5 days of research and going to Google and finding stuff from the internet, you can also do the same. You can pass this thing. You don't have to go back to your textbook. Do as many questions as you can. So and let's say that you have 20 days, right? Oh, no, 25 days. You need at least 4 days, right? Because the exam is on 2 days. The first 2 days you do a paper from a particular year that you choose. So I want you to choose 2 papers, right? 2 ITC papers, whether it be January 2020 or June 2021, right? That you are going to do as mock under the exam condition, right? So and to do those, there are a lot of people who believe that the mock exam, they can only do them towards the end of the preparation. For example, because you're writing on the 22nd, on the 20th and the 21st, they're doing the mock. That's only then that they will do the mock. And my response is, bad idea. That is such a very bad idea. Because now, if you find out that you are not perfectly fit, you do not have few days to fix your problems that you have identified from the mock test. So you must make sure that you have at least 5 days before the exam, right? So, and before that 5 days, that's the 5 days that you're going to give yourself to fix the issues from your self-marking on the mock, right? And I would also advise that you choose the papers that SAICA has videos for, right? I'm not sure what is it that they have currently and what paper they don't have. So how much of it that they don't have. So my advice is maybe by the 18th you should be done with the mock, so that from the 18th till the 21st you are just fixing the problems that you have faced from doing that mock, so that you do not panic and say, I can't believe like my marks, I was not prepared. You cannot believe that this is happening and that is happening. So that 4 days will actually give you enough time to fix the things that you have, and then to start learning new things that you have identified if you were not technically strong on a topic. It is also a bad idea to start the mock now, because you have not prepared. You can to start the mock under the exam conditions now because you are not prepared, basically. So my advice is to go through the board course information, right, and make sure that you do each and everything that they are asking you to do. Obviously, if time is not a constraint on your side, if time is not a problem on your side, then you can just go through all of the information that the board course has given you. And if you are not on the board course, you can just do other past ITC papers and not under the mock conditions, which means that maybe you will just select one question and do one question at a time. So that is the approach that I am proposing to you. I'm sorry, someone is calling me. See, this problem of filming with your cell phone and things happening, let me just attend to. And don't listen to people saying, hey, this is a challenge. If it's not a challenge to you, hey, it's not a challenge. Start with the things that are challenging to you. If it's not as frustrating you, do not focus on that. Stop listening to people for your. That's why you need a constructive plan, because a failure to plan is a plan to fail, actually. So you need to have a plan every day that you are looking at that is telling you this is what you are doing, and a calendar on your laptop sometimes is not enough. I am a firm believer of things that I can see physically, right? So if it was me, I would have my plan printed on my walls and my plan on my laptop and the reminders on my cell phone, because it's hard to be disciplined, right? And now it's cold, it's winter, you're gonna plan to wake up at 5 o'clock and then you only wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. And who do you have to blame? No one but yourself, right? So check yourself and focus. And you actually need to have a study friendly environment, and there's no one that can create that for you but yourself. What is a study friendly environment? It's an environment where let's say your a separate room in your apartment, where when you enter that room all you do is to study or to work. If that then is not working, you need to find another location, right? If when you go to the office or you're going to work, as soon as ungena at the office, or as soon as you set your foot there, your mind immediately tells you that you are here to work, right? Instead of sitting in your bedroom and having books on top of your bed, because that's not a studying environment, it's a sleeping environment. You're gonna fall asleep, right? So create a study friendly environment where nothing will disturb you. No external factors, no things internally that are going to affect you. If in your apartment, for an example, there's a noise, you can use sounds, a lot of sounds on YouTube, study sounds, calm, what sounds you can put on your earphones so that you don't hear things outside. That will help you to concentrate, right? So you need to have a study friendly environment, and you need to have a realistic plan that you are going to follow, that each day you are going to wake up from this time and sleep at this time, and you need to follow that. It is not difficult, it is done by yourself. You are the only one that understands yourself. So if you are doing things that, if you have plans that are not realistic to yourself, then you are a bad manager of yourself. I'm sorry, but that's the truth, because no one else knows you, your time, the things that you do, than yourself. After that, creating the study friendly environment and having the plan, which starts from reflection of from the prior years, then that should at least be on a way of preparing you so that your body and your mind is able to start focusing and start learning without any force, actually, without any other force that you may think that your body needs. So I came up with things that I think that are challenging, or that would be challenging right now. So the only thing that is standing between you and passing this time is your fear of failure, the anxiety and desperation. Luckily, I did this video early. You have 30 days. Spend 2 days talking to yourself, right? Fear of failure is because it happens because You think you are inadequate. The work that you have done is not enough. The preparation is not enough. The firm that you're working for is only give you 5 days, which they are going to deduct from annual leave. All of those unnecessary issues and all of the reasons that are going to cause you to fail. How can they expect you to fail if they are not giving you tools such as leave days that are going to make you pass, right? So some of those reasons are, they're unavoidable, right? So sometimes you have to think of what you can and what you can't do. For an example, if you don't have leave days, what time are you working at? You cannot be accepting overtime. Overtime is not forced. Overtime, it's a suggestion that, look, right, we're facing tight deadlines, we don't have time, can you please work overtime? And then you can always speak to your manager and say, I don't have study days, I cannot work overtime. Being at work is a sacrifice on its own, and it's a disadvantage to yourself and your development, right? So you need to make few sacrifices here. No overtime, and you actually have to work, to study after work, even if it's just 2 hours. It's better than nothing. Start now. You need to get started, because I'm trying to show you how you can eliminate all of those fears. Fear of failure arises because you have failed in the past, and then you do not have tools to ensure that you're not going to fail again. Okay, so the fact that you have failed in the past, it has nothing to do with 2022 at all. I've been saying this, I've said on the last year's video, the fact that you have failed in the past has nothing to do with your ability and your capability to pass this time, right? So just get rid of that. And secondly, I said it's anxiety. What are you anxious about? Solve the things that are making you anxious. Are you not good enough? You are good enough. Stop talking bad about yourself. Yes, you are tired, you are just exhausted, you've been doing this, and this is actually your last, it's been a while since you've been doing this, you don't have a plan. How do you pass this, cycle that, yay. Stop it, guys, because all of this thing is just giving you a rain of negativity that is going to weigh you down, and you will not be able to start preparing, and your mind will not be ready to start preparing. You need to start talking positive things to yourself, that you need to start imagining things. I also listen to some motivational and I can't say spiritual, soul, yes, soul stuff here on YouTube. So this other day I came across Bob Proctor, right? He was speaking about law of vibration. You all know, most people only know law of attraction, and they don't know law of vibration. So what he says, what had stuck in my mind is, you are only limited by lack of vibration and poverty of imagination, right? Lack of vibration is like a lack of positive thinking, saying to yourself and visualizing to yourself that message that will come on the day of results. For an example, saying, dear Sekela, Saika would like to confirm that you have passed the ITC June examination. Dear Sekela, congratulations. Saika would like to confirm that you have passed the Saika ITC June 2022 examination, exam department. So you need to start having those vision in your mind. Sekela mqolo CASA, I am going to make it. This is what and that will get rid of all the negativity, guys. And you all actually have to say to yourself, day by day, I am the best, and that's the fact. I'm going to make it. I'm going to qualify this time. It doesn't matter how far I come from. It doesn't matter how many attempts I have written. This is the final attempt that I am writing, and I am going to make it right. I am following the process, and I am sticking to my plan that I have planned by myself, and I believe that by doing these, I am going to make it. then guys, you are going to make it. Stop this thinking that since this year the ITC marks have dropped. The fact is that it doesn't matter if they dropped, if you are going to pass. Hey, whether you like it or not, I dare you to watch this video. You are going to pass. This time you are going to pass, and you are going to follow the right process. So what I'm planning to do next weekend, I'm going to invite one of the people that I know that they failed, because I passed on first time. I don't want to brag, but I passed my ITC on my first attempt, and I believe that I think that I don't have more to give than a person who has experienced failure before. And again, this was a top student. They passed their CTA flying, and they've never struggled with anything. And then he struggled. I think he wrote the ITC 3 times. He was a trailblazer last year, the trailblazer finalist at Psycha last year. So I believe that he has something worthwhile for you to do during this preparation. But I'm telling you, it has everything to do with positive thinking. Positive thinking will get you going, will get you studying, will get you motivated when the weather is against you. It will get you studying and motivated when your body and anxiety and frustration are against you. It will get you motivated when you are tired and you just feel like doing nothing. So think positive about yourself, affirm, and actually pray and ask people. Only talk to the people who are giving you positive vibes, right? Don't talk to people who are saying, I don't know how to expect, I'm tired, this is my 5th year. Wait, this is not the time for that. In order for you to change your results from fail to pass, you have to do things you've never done before. You have to change the way you were doing things when you failed, right? So you can't keep complaining. This is not a time to complain. This is the time of turnaround, the time of changing the game, the time of changing the way you used to do things and the way you used to think about yourself and about your attempt and about the submission that you are giving on that day. You are following the correct process. So what I've just said is reflect on the past attempt, identify what are your weak points, and find questions that are going to address those weak points, right? Start from the questions. You are not going back to the textbook. Your textbook is not a starting point. Your starting point is the questions of the topics that you believe that you are struggling with. And you don't just believe and wake up and believe. You have that belief from remarking your previous scripts or your previous attempts. If you've written 4 times, you are supposed to do all of them now. All 4, which is going to be 8. All 8 scripts in front of you. If you've never requested for them, okay, let me not think about things that are going to make me angry, because I'm getting down. But do what you can to identify what you've gone wrong and what is it that you need to make right. And after that, you're going to look at your board course information, whether it's last year's or whichever year, for those things that you are really struggling with. And then you're going to look at CPD, continued professional development topics, right, that you're supposed to be doing each year, and things that have changed, how to audit COVID-19, auditing KZN floods, right? I'm not sure if I should do other video about those things specifically, but those are the things that you should be Googling and that you should be studying about. And reserving 4 days, which are supposed to be before the 18th of June. Those 4 days you are doing a mock ITC exam under the ITC exam condition, leave your room for once. There are a lot of libraries wherever you are. There's too many libraries that open from 8 to 4. And I think that's enough for you to write 2 scripts. Go to a library if you don't like going to the office and people are going to making noise and stuff like that. Just go to a different environment, like you are actually going to write an exam, and carry everything that you would on a normal exam writing day, right? And go and write those attempts, and then mark yourself. ID issue. Call people around. Call people. And Google things. Google should be your friend. People pass APC within 5 days because of Google. And you are not writing for the first time, for that matter, right? I don't believe that someone could be writing for the first time in June. Or am I mistaken? I don't know. But the first timers, get going. Board course material. Don't go back to CTA stuff unless you are really, really struggling. And your struggle shouldn't come from your head. It should come from the script that you have written. It should come from something that says, I don't know how to audit going concern. I've written this and I was supposed to answer 11 marks about going concern. I was not able to identify it. What was the problem? Why was I not able to identify going concern? Do you know what going concern is? You find out you don't know what going concern it is, and then you go back now to the textbook to read about things about going concern and when should you consider, and then you go to Google, when should you, I don't know what are you typing, but call your friends, anyone that you are studying with, and ask them, have you attempted this question? What made you to think of going concern? Because I was not able to identify it, right? So do those things, guys. Really, it will not help you to complain right now. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you at all. Get started. Kickstart. Visualize your dreams. Write that message on your board or on your wall. Dear Segel, congratulations. Saika would like to confirm that you have passed the June 2022 ITC. And you have it on your vision every day. Tell yourself good things. And you guys will make it. I wish you all the best. Please write a comment, and if you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have a session with Tembalatu, right? The guy that had failed. He was an academic trainee. You see, for an academic trainee to fail even and to rise above that failure, what did he do? What are the things that he changed in his preparation? Was it the preparation that was the problem, or was it the day of the exam? So I'm going to have a session with him and a video on the day of on things to do on the day of the exam, because this video was just about preparation and getting you started, guys. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching me. Till next time. Bye.